Hey there, amazing entrepreneurs. I'm Pankaj, Raval, business attorney and advisor to hundreds of startups. Today, we're diving into a topic of particular interest to foreign entrepreneurs, and that is how to start an LLC in the US as a non-resident. So before we get into the details, let's understand the basics. An LLC, or limited liability company, is a type of business entity in the US that helps you protect your personal assets. It's very popular in the US because they're easy to set up and oftentimes have minimal administrative requirements as opposed to corporations or other types of business entities. Doesn't mean there's none, but they're not quite as difficult to maintain as other types of business entities. When it comes to deciding where to form your LLC, location matters. Each state has its own unique regulations, taxes, and administrative requirements. So think about what makes sense for your LLC, where you're going to be operating, and what you're going to be doing. Popular states are Delaware, Wyoming, Nevada, but many other states may work depending on what you're doing. So think about it critically about what your goals are and which state may meet those goals. If you're looking for minimal tax requirements, then think about those states with low state income taxes or other taxes. That's where, again, Delaware, Wyoming, Nevada may make a lot of sense for you. Next, every LLC needs a registered agent. A registered agent is a company or party that accepts legal documents on your behalf. It could be someone like, I don't know, maybe Carbon Law Group, or someone else. There's many registered agents out there. The benefit of having a law firm oftentimes is that if there is a legal document, they can help you resolve it. The challenge with other registered agent services is that they just will accept those documents, maybe forward them to you, but now you've got to figure out what to do with them. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. To form an LLC, you have to file something called the Articles of Organization or Certificate of Organization, depending on where you're forming the LLC. Now, each state has a different name for the document, but something related to organization is usually involved. Next, you need an EIN or Employer Identification Number. An EIN or Employer Identification Number is like the Social Security number for a business. An EIN is required to file your taxes for the business. Without an EIN, you can't even open up a bank account. So to obtain an EIN, you have to file a Form SS4 with the IRS. Usually this can take some time, so you want to make sure that you plan for this accordingly and give yourself enough time to start up your business, because oftentimes these forms need to be filed by mail and the IRS does take several weeks to turn them around. With your LLC filed and your EIN in place, now it's time to open up a bank account. A bank account is obviously important to accept money. It's how your business is going to function, and it's important to make sure you understand what banks will be more friendly to foreign owners than others. Some banks require you to be here physically to even open up the bank account. So make sure you're using a bank that allows you to open it up online. For example, one that could work is Silicon Valley Bank. Now it's been recently acquired by another company, but it still works. It still works very well. It's great for entrepreneurs. And recently I just opened up a bank account there without having to go in anywhere. It was all done online and super easy. This is not a plug for Silicon Valley Bank, but an example of one bank that does make it easy for people to open up bank accounts online without having to go in to a physical location. Next, you can't discuss businesses without taxes. Taxes are going to be part of operating your business, and you want to make sure you are paying your taxes accordingly. Super important that you consult with a tax professional that understands international law, because oftentimes there are going to be treaties involved. You're going to have a certain tax regime in your country and a tax regime in the US, and you have to figure out how do they intersect? How do they work together? What are the requirements of your home country? What is the requirements for keeping money in the US? These are all questions you're going to have to ask and find answers to when thinking about how do you pull money out of the US if you want to do that. So just remember, running your LLC from a distance is absolutely possible, and many people every day from other countries open up LLCs in the US. They can be established for a variety of reasons, and they're super valuable when you're trying to establish a presence in the US. And thanks to the wonders of modern technology, now you can actually operate that LLC for pretty much anywhere in the world. Just make sure you're keeping accurate records and accounting for everything, because one of the biggest issues that many entrepreneurs and new businesses run into is failure to account for the expenses and also income of that company, and can get very messy very quickly. So make sure you're keeping accurate records and utilizing the many technologies out there that'll help you do so. As I said many times before, I'm not your lawyer, but I highly encourage you to consult with a legal professional to make sure you're getting the help that you need, because every situation has its unique facts and needs. And if you are starting your own business, you may want to check out our other video, the 5 most common mistakes that entrepreneurs make. And you want to make sure that you can avoid these common mistakes, because they're going to save you a lot of time and heartache. And I can't leave you without asking, if you like this video, if you found it valuable, please hit the like, subscribe, and share button. It means the world to us. And we're going to continue to produce this content, and we'd love to hear your feedback. What do you want to see? What do you want to hear? What do you want to know about? Because we're here to provide as much value as possible to you. Thanks for watching, and see you at the next one.